Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. I'm Rich and I'm here with a bit of a news roundup just to kind of sum up the latest transfer incomings across the women's team in particular, the outgoings, and the latest rumours of potential incomings for the Villa men's team. Sorry we didn't do a review of the reaction show or review to the Wolves game. We will cover that later on today with our preview show for the FA Cup third round against Stevenage. So look out for that. But this is just a news roundup, like I say, Bodymoor Bulletin, rounding up the latest Villa news. So please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel. I think we're 787, so 13 away from 800, which would be fantastic. So please, do subscribe to the channel if you are new. So just rounding up the latest news on the Villa. First of all, kind of direct Villa news. Rory Wilson signed his first pro contract with Villa. Great news, really highly rated player. And it's great to kind of secure him in his first professional contract. Just a little bit of information on him. Scored. We signed him from Glasgow Rangers. He scored 49 goals for club and country in that campaign. Then we snapped him up, and he's continued to score goals for us. And it's great to see him come through and hopefully develop over the years. The academy manager Mark Harrison saying a lot of great things about him, and he's been involved in the under-21s already this season, and also scored a hat-trick in the FA Youth Cup last month against Brentford. And I know a lot of Villa fans were waxing lyrical about him in that game, and scored one particularly great finish. So I'm sure he's one for the future. He'll go out on loan, strengthen up a little bit, and play in, maybe in the League One, League Two, then get into the Championship and hopefully move on. Another player who is looking to kind of develop and move on is Cameron Archer. Maybe hasn't been given the shout that he maybe deserves, or he feels that he deserves, and a lot of Villa fans think he deserves in the first team. But he's going out to Middlesbrough on loan. I'd imagine Aaron Danks has had quite a lot to do with that. But they're on a good run under Michael Carrick and hopefully pushing for the playoffs. Did similar last season with Preston and started and finished the season off with a bang for them. Almost got them in the playoffs. He scored 5 goals, I think, in 10. At one point, it was 5 in 10, and then had a really good stint there. So hopefully he can do the same at Middlesbrough. And I know their fans are quite really buzzing that he's in that side, and potentially will start tomorrow in their FA Cup third round tie. So all the best to Cameron Archer. Hopefully he comes back ready to go in pre-season and push for that first team spot. There's also rumours of Danny Ings potentially being made available for transfer. So does that mean that there is the option for Emery to bring a striker in? I've talked about it a lot in terms of needing and maybe a different option, bigger striker, target man, etc. Let us know what you think in the comments. What do you think of Archer going out on loan? Is that a good move for us? Is it to free up space for us to bring someone in, and who would you like to see? So just let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. On the women's side, great news in terms of a signing, and a massive signing to boot. Jordan Nobbs has signed from Arsenal on an 18-month deal, and with the option to extend. Absolute legend of the game, and a brilliant signing for Villa ladies. Obviously, in addition to Rachel Daly and Hannah Hampton, who are international players, alongside some great players in Kezia Darley and Alicia Lehman. So really, really, really good to see Villa women like making big signings. And I mean, just looking at her pedigree, 3 Barclays WSL titles, 4 FA Cups, Continental Cup as well, won 5 times, 70 caps for England. What a massive signing, and still only 30 years old. So plenty in the tank there for Jordan, and just shows the intent that Villa have in terms of pushing up the league with the women's side. And we know what a difference 1 or 2 really good players makes in that league, and hopefully can push into potential European spots in the next, certainly maybe not this season, but certainly into next season, which I imagine is why they've signed on an 18-month deal. So that's a great incoming for the Villa ladies side. In terms of potential incomings for Villa, This name never seems to go away, always seems to be regular in terms of transfer windows for various clubs across the Premier League. But Weston McKennie is still one that won't go away, and it looks like Fabrizio Romano commented that we'd held conversations with officials of Weston McKennie and potentially Juventus as well to see what it looked like to sign him. I've seen West Ham are interested as well. Looking, I don't know if it's around a £10 million mark in terms of a deal, but in terms of his stats this season, he had 10 appearances, one goal, one assist in the Italian Serie A. In the Champions League, he's had 4 appearances and 2 goals. So 3 goals so far this season. Overall, he's had 170 appearances, 17 goals, and 8 assists across his career. So more of an all-action midfielder. Plays number 8. But I was quite impressed with him in the World Cup, and we'll add that physicality to the side that we sometimes lack in that midfield area. And if one or two are going to leave, in terms of Sanson, maybe Nakamba, I've heard Nantes are interested in Sanson, so maybe one or two of those leaves. It does leave us a little bit light. Louise and Kamara have got a good partnership going in that central midfield area, but if one of those to get injured, or if we're away from home, do we need to change it up a little bit? Then Donk was quite good when he came on against Wolves, but what does that mean for him? Does he need some additional competition? So yeah, it's one to watch, and I think he could be a good player, and one that looks like he wants to play in the Premier League. Certainly test his mettle in the Premier League as well. And another one that does seem to be really, really far in the process is Alex Moreno, and looks like we're in advanced talks with him. Bit of it's left back. Wouldn't be my position that we'd be overly keen to replace him, but Unai Emery wants to see more pace down that flank and see something in Moreno, so could be a good signing. 29 years old, looking like 12 million. Seen some footage of him, looks very quick. He's got an eye for goal, got an eye for an assist as well. This season, 14 appearances for Real Betis, 3 assists, and over a career, he's had 156 appearances in the top league, played in the Europa League as well, 6 goals and 13 assists. So quite progressive left back, but does beg the question, what does that mean for Luca Dean? What does it mean for Augustinsson? I imagine Ashley Young already knows he's kind of a backup player anyway, but he would be more towards Matty Cash's backup on the right. But yeah, are we carrying an extra player in that left back spot? Has Emery made up his mind on someone like a Luca Dean? I don't know. I would probably say no. I mean, he's been okay. He wasn't great against Wolves, I will say, but neither was quite a few players. So does seem a little bit of a strange one, but more options, more competition for places. Let's see what it brings in January. But yeah, some really exciting times. I think we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 more signings Emery wants to make. So we'll round up, any rumours we hear, we'll round them up again over the coming days. And we'll watch this Moreno deal progress as it goes. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. McKennie or Moreno, are you happy with those players coming in potentially? Who else would you like to see come in? Just let us know your thoughts. If there's anyone else you want us to cover on the Villa Park pod as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching. As I say, we're almost at 800 subscribers, so please, if you are watching and you are new, please do as it says here. Click the subscribe button and give us a like on the video. It will be much appreciated. We are going to be back a little bit later for our match preview of Aston Villa versus Stevenage. Maybe we'll cover the Wolves game as well, but certainly preview the Stevenage game. Hopefully we can have a good cup run. So please join us for that. It'll be on at 8:30. And the last thing to say is thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.